I'm Mr. Brown with Proclaim Ministries. I had a quick thought that I want to share with you today. Focus or be faithful in the season you're in. Be faithful in the season you're in right now. Thought about this because I watch a lot of sports, and sometimes you may have number one seeds, whether it be a football team, basketball team, and they're in this bracket to get to the championship. Stories told of one team that focused so much on the team they were supposed to meet in the finals. These were ranked number one teams. Everybody was hyped. They're going to meet in the finals. Well, the one team didn't focus on what was in front of them. They weren't faithful to play and prepare for the teams that were in front of them. They were only focused on the team they would meet eventually one day. Well, you can probably guess. They lost to a team they weren't supposed to lose to because they weren't faithful and focused on the team they were supposed to beat and prepare for. And I feel that because sometimes I want to be in the next season of my life. And we all did that when we were in kindergarten. We couldn't wait to be the first grade, couldn't wait to be the third grade. Elementary, couldn't wait to get to middle school, couldn't wait to get to high school, couldn't wait to get out of high school. But sometimes we focus too much energy on what's not in front of us, but what's way in front of us. I'm not saying we shouldn't prepare for our future, but there's something about focusing on the season we're in right now and being faithful in that season. And I remember that working too. Not only when I was in school, but when I was working. I remember working at Aflac Insurance.
Aflac.
You go ahead and say it, Aflac. Everything in me wanted to be in full-time ministry. Because sometimes we romanticize things we don't know about. Like I figured if I'm full-time ministry, everybody's a Christian, they love Jesus, and they're gonna work hard and be no problems. Yeah, I was wrong. However, I wanted to be in full-time ministry, and I remember so clearly working at Aflac, and I was in my office, and by that time I was not just a salesman, I was a manager over all the other people. And I was in my office one day during the day, and I was listening to Tony Evans, and I had my Bible open, doing a Bible study, like listening and studying my Bible. That's what I wanted to be. And I remember him speaking about being faithful. And he said this, he says, listen, if you're not focused on the job you have right now, you're asking God to bless you in the future, but you're not focused on being faithful over what God has for you right now, what is God gonna do? And I was like, what? And literally I had to close my Bible, get back to work, and focus on what season I was in right now. It doesn't mean I don't study the Bible, but I don't do it during the work hours. I'm supposed to be working. And so I just think about that because I get it. We have this pressure in our society, in our world to be somewhere else, to climb the ladder, or whatever analogy you want to use. But there's something special about being faithful in the season you're in. Where I'm at today, what does God have for me today? I'm gonna be faithful in doing all I can in this season, so God will bless me in the next season. Because I don't always know what's gonna happen next. I don't need to know. I know the one who knows all those things. But my thought is be faithful wherever you are today. Even if you see, I want to do this next season, I want to do that, I'm working towards something, be faithful where you are today, that God will bless you. I remember the verse, and a lot of verses on faithfulness, but the one that jumps out at me the most is not really about us being faithful, but God being faithful. He says, when we are faithless, he remains faithful. He cannot deny himself. 2 Timothy 2:13, I think it is. That the fact that even when I'm faithless, he remains faithful. But I want to be as faithful as I can in each season, every area of my life, to be faithful. So maybe that was for you today. It was definitely for me. Whatever I'm doing today, in this season, to be faithful. Why? Because I'm serving the God who gave me everything. The God who loves me, who gives me patience, and the one who himself is always faithful.